To strip the 123-250 half-inch Superflex cable and attach field term connectors, these are some of the tools that you'll need. The 19 and 20 millimeter wrenches, the connector, the dielectric grease which goes on to the seals, helps everything get onto the cable easier. The cable itself, you might need a knife to cut back some of the plastic jacket. A variety of strippers could be used. It depends which one you're using. You may have to do some post work, but it really depends on the strip that you get from these tools. So stripping the cable is pretty simple. You don't need a lot of pressure and you don't need a lot of speed. Just let the tool do the work. In some cases, some tools, most can be used, but you have to verify your strip dimension in the end. So the strip dimension really needs to be 5/8 of an inch here and roughly about 3/8 of an inch on the center conductor. Now I'm going to show you how to hand prep the cable if it didn't come out as long as it should have. Right now we're about 3/8 of an inch, so I'm just going to take off about another 3/8 of an inch here. Score it with the razor blade. Being careful of my thumbs. Pull it back. And take it off, exposing the amount of copper that I need. Okay, now we're going to start assembling the connector onto our stripped cable. Dielectric grease is what we use to put a little lubricant on the O-rings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this O-ring on first on the body. There's ridges on the O-ring. Put it all the way down. This is the weather sealing part of the connector. Fits on there. I've got an O-ring here. I'm going to go ahead and grease my O-rings just a little bit. Just all it is for assembly purposes. So I put a little grease on here. See, it's not that much, same amount. Just going to take it over to here. Just like that. I'm going to turn this on, screw it onto the cable. I'm going to screw it till it goes just a little bit past that gasket. This is all nice and greased up. What I'm trying to look to do is I want this copper right here to be at the edge of the connector. So if it's tight, I'll just turn it with my wrench so I can expose that outer shield. Next, we're going to put our body on. And we're going to twist our body on. Now the goal is to get the body past the O-ring and to hand snug tight it. So by keeping my back nut stationary, I'll just rotate the body of the connector. The 20 millimeter wrench goes on the body of the connector, while the 19 millimeter wrench goes on this back nut. I'm going to be careful not to over tighten it. I just want to get it snug. If you over tighten it, you'll strip the threads. And that's a field termination installation.